Alright guys, it is Monday, so that means the diet has started. I am going to start my prep today. Yesterday I received my meal plan from Cuba. He wanted to have my pictures in the morning and then he got my diet ready, so I knew what to do first thing in the morning today. My egg is cooking up because my new breakfast is rice with salmon and the egg, so I'm quite curious how that comes out because it will be a poached egg from my rice cooker. Not sure if it works because it's the first time I'm trying this, but I will show you later. So that's cooking up right now. I did my fasted cardio this morning. I will do 20 minutes of fasted cardio every morning with a heart rate of 120 to 130 for fat loss, and I will do 3000 steps every morning as well fasted to get things moving and to get things started. Now I did it this morning and it actually felt pretty good. It feels like you have completed a big task already before your day even starts. The downside of it is that I did not do any client work just yet, so I have to get stuck in that later. First things first, I will do my breakfast because I do have a busy schedule today and the meals are from a little bit earlier than I would like to right now, but I have to eat, so everything aligns with the schedule. No issues, just a little difference than I would want to. Now, I'm gonna take you along today because I will visit my sister, which has me prepping some meals for on the road. But I will show you some meals. I will do a full day of eating later, so that will be tackled off in another video, but I will show some meals because there are some small changes in it, in the diet. So let's get moving, let's get things done, and I will take you over to the office later on as well to show you a little bit more about the plans and everything that changes now I'm on prep, because there are very big changes right now, which I want to show you. So stay tuned and let's go. Okay, so this is how this came out, and as you see, the egg is not really poached. It went on a little bit too long, but I will get it right. It is a little bit soft inside, but it takes some practice. Well, we're gonna get this perfected, but this still will taste amazingly, I think. So I'm gonna eat this meal. I'm gonna watch some Cuba because this is very educational, and then I'm gonna start off my day with my check-ins. All right, so different angle, different spot. I switched my office with Frederic, so she has the upstairs office and I am in the basement again. No big issues, just a change of scenery here, and my face is lit up pretty nicely because I have my daylight lamp on. As you can see here, this is my setup right now. So I have my client sheet, my own sheet. I was working on some Canva stuff. And we're back. So what I'm going to talk about a little bit is the starting point of prep, because a very big portion has changed. Not. So when prep starts, when you are a bodybuilder, then nothing really happens. Nothing really changes other than the calories you're eating and maybe a little bit of routine change with some extra cardio or some extra steps. But to be honest, it's just an extra bout of steps because 2000 steps are just 20 minutes or 15 minutes brisk walking, and the cardio it's 20 minutes, so it takes half an hour of my day. Nothing really big that has to be implemented there. Diet has changed a little bit. So my breakfast was the bread, where I was discussing if the bread would stay, yes or no. He took it out, and I know why. I know why he did it, because as he says, and what I can reckon is that if you have too much foods that you enjoy too much, then you just get more cravings. Easy. If you have the best meals of the day every day and the best meals you can think of every day, then you keep thinking of those meals. When if you just have rice with salmon and egg, which is fucking amazing to be honest, it's less triggering of extra hunger, and it also is a little bit more satiating then as well, because I can put away 200, maybe 300 grams of bread, no issues, but that's double the amount of carbs as my rice is right now. So I get the change and I'm not really that mad about it. It's just another meal, just another setup for my first meal of the day. Now I might consider switching that meal to with my pre-bed meal, as my pre-bed meal is cream of rice. So maybe starting the day with cream of rice and then eating that meal later in the day, or in the evening would be maybe an option for speed in the morning, because it does take a little longer to get the rice, the egg and the salmon ready. But overall, I'm gonna stick with this right now and see what this week does for me. Now the changes on the first week of this prep for me, as I just said, is just the calories and a little bit more extra cardio. So the calories went from 4,585 on training days to 3,690 on training days. So that's a small average of 900 calories, rounded off, lowered. And on the resting days, I went from 3,776 to 2,921. So also a small adjustment, of a really decent adjustment of around 800 calories. So pretty decent, not a big issue, because I was not really hungry. I like food, so I can always eat. If I have to eat 5,000 calories. It takes a little adjustment in the beginning, and then I just eat it all with no issues. If I have to eat less right now, it's just a little bit less. Yeah, it's nothing that bothers me really right now, and I really like it. So I like to be a little bit more hungry. To get more productive, I feel a little bit more mental clearance when I'm a little bit hungry. So I'm hoping that the hunger will come in a little bit more as of this week already. But I think in a few weeks it will be settled in, and I think I will be more hungry for my meals again. Because the meals that I had right now with the building phase were all nice, they were all great, but it loses a little bit of that extra gratification if you eat it, because you eat so much, you're not really hungry, you're not really craving any foods. It's really nice in prep, or in the end of prep, or in the starting of your building phase after a prep, that the meals you are eating are actually very nice. They taste amazing. Every bite you take is a small win. But to the end of the building phase, it all gets less and it gets a little bit boring and not really that exciting anymore to eat. And then it's just eating it and going on with the day. So quite happy with it. Starting point right now, I'm going to show you with the pictures on the screen, is 104 kilos. This morning I was 104.5, a little bit up from yesterday, but that will be gone tomorrow already, I think. Quite decent, happy with the shape. My shape is is rounding up a little bit again, getting a little bit fuller, and I think that with the upcoming weeks my shape will be better tremendously. I think the first few kilos will fall off immediately with no issues. Water weight and somewhat of digestive weight, some gut weight will fall off, and then it's a grind for the rest of the weeks. So this phase will take up 14 weeks, and I was looking at competitions. Not that I have any competition planned right now, but the competitions in 14 weeks will be the Siggies, and then 3 weeks later there will be the Luxembourg regional. So I will see if I will attend at those or just go into my off season afterwards, because I realize that if I want to compete on a higher level, I do need a lot of muscle, and I do need to have at least a decent amount gained from last show. So I'm pretty curious on what will stay on my body right now and what I have built in this last off season, but I'm very sure that I'm not really close enough to competing on a higher level just yet. And that's the main goal, right? I want to go and get a really good placing at a pro qualifier at least, which means I do need to gain a lot of weight. So that's for the next season. But first, this mini cut slash prep, we just started, so let's see where we will end up. So I just finished my check-ins, and it was a tremendous working session. Everyone is killing it right now, and I'm very pleased with all my guys just nailing it week by week. They are all set up for success and they are grinding their way. So everyone is growing or either losing fat right now and definitely making big changes week by week. So shout out to my guys, they are really killing it. For next up, I do have a call planned and then I have my pre-workout meal, which is the same as it was, just a little bit less rice. So I'm not really gonna show that today. Then I have my push session and then I'm off to my sister. So I will probably take you in the gym and show some exercises, not too excessively, because I will do a full day of training and eating and everything in a few weeks. But for now, I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna work on some content and I'm gonna make this day a productive day before I leave for the fun stuff. So let's get grinding and let's get things rolling. All right, so workout done, drive done. So I'm at my sister's place. I'm just gonna have my next meal before I go inside there. Post-workout meal I had at home, and one and a half hours later now is my next meal, which is my potato, my chicken, and my veg meal. Now, let's talk a little bit about why the changes are made to the plans and why the 12,000 steps and the cardio, and also the decrease in calories, because with up in the expenditure, of course, you are going to burn more calories, and burning more calories means that I'm in a bigger deficit. With lowering the calories as well, we are also in a deficit, and to lose fat you have to be in a caloric deficit. So with caloric deficits, you want to see where your maintenance is at first, and then to pull off body fat you gotta lower that calories to be in that deficit. So for example, my maintenance was the 800 calories more than I'm eating right now, because my weight stayed decently stable. It was maybe a little bit above, so the pull in calories was pretty excessive, the 900 calories. And to add on to that, there were added 2000 steps, which is approximately 100 to 150 calories depending on your body weight and just how heavy you are. The heavier you are, the more you expend with doing steps, and also with the cardio as well, which was already in place of course for 2 weeks, but still it still adds up for the calorie deficit. And now to maintain that deficit, I have to be on point with the macros and the calories of course in my plan, but also keep those steps up at those 12,000 and that cardio. And when we stop losing fat, when we stop losing weight and we don't see any difference on scale or pictures, then it's probably time to drop down further or increase those expenditure numbers with, for example, 2000 steps and 5 minutes a day, or with an extra session of cardio. So that's a little bit about how you do your deficit, how you do your fat loss phase, how you initiate your fat loss phase. And to reverse out of that, to go into the building phase, then you do the opposite. So you lower a little bit of the cardio, but do not pull out everything, because a little bit of cardio is still good for digestion, for glucose sensitivity, and for overall health of course. So you want to keep that in, same as the steps, but steps can be pulled back down to 10,000 then, and the food can be slowly increased. This is a little bit about calorie balance. So if you understand calorie balance, then you understand dieting, because dieting is nothing more than eating more than you burn throughout the day or less than you burn throughout the day. When eating more than you burn throughout the day, you gain weight, and when eating less than what you burn in the day, you lose weight. So simple basics, but not really clear for everyone just yet, so that's why I'm explaining this. Now I'm gonna have my next meal, and then I'm gonna go inside and have a fun afternoon. I do have to get a new plate for my meals, because I dropped my plate and I did not get a new one just yet. The plate I'm using right now is an old one and I don't like it, and when in prep you have to have your favorite plate. So I'm gonna see if there's any plates around here which are nice and which I want to eat from daily. So we're gonna stroll around through the city a little bit and see some stores for that. So I'll probably see you when I get home, and then we'll have a little talk later. All right, so we're home again. And as my Aura ring just told me, it is time to start winding down. So I got my blue light blocking glasses on. I just took a warm shower, so it's time to start and relax. We did find some plates in the shopping mall, so I got a new plate for my daily meals. One for me, one for Frederic, so we can have a meals with a nice plate. I always like to eat from a nice plate and not too much from the glass Tupperware we are using, because it just gives an extra touch to the meal, makes it a little bit more fancy. It's just a little bit extra to make it nice. Every bland meal that we eat, if it's portioned on a nice plate, it makes it just a little bit better. So that's why. I'm gonna wind down right now. This is probably a little bit of a shorter video. For the upcoming times I will do longer ones, but there was not that much to film today other than the plans that are adjusted. The training session I did not really film that much, so there will probably be 1 or 2 clips in here, but nothing crazy because it was a little bit busy and I just had a good session, so got focused and got really locked in. Did not film that much this time around, but you've already seen this session multiple times, so that's not a big deal there. There's nothing really changed on my training split as well, so when anything changes I will let you guys know. For now, have a good evening or have a good day. It depends on when you're watching this. And if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and let's see each other in the next one.